we had these events happen, and this is all the beginning of November, and here we're approaching the end of November. Jonathan found out this weird pattern that somewhere around the 19th of the month, the market has a sell-off, and it happened again this month. Only the sell-off started in November 19th, pretty much, and it's continued. And unlike the other times where the market has sold off, currently the volatility of the market, this is the Vix tool. I'm just gonna touch on this for a moment because we have a buy signal here. We can see that the Vix and all the Vixes, right? The 9-day Vix, the VIN, Vix, VIF, 3-month, so on. They're currently more elevated than they have been pretty much all year. The only other time that the VIX has been this high throughout the entire year was in early 2021. We see here exactly what happened. There was just a brief spike in volatility, but the market came, the volatility came right back down, and the market shot right back up. So we're getting another one of these signals here, and keep in mind, these signals don't come that often, but they're reliable, right? We have the backtester for this, so we know that these signals are reliable, and they don't come that often. And if you start to kind of put things, add things together, add the little clues that the market leaves behind for us, we see that, okay, volatility is expanding and market's selling off, but at the same time, we're getting a VIX buy signal, VIX tool buy signal, which would indicate that market's going higher. And it may seem a bit difficult to want to take that trade right now, especially with the market down as it is right now, with volatility getting elevated as it is right now. But then again, at the same time, wouldn't that be kind of like the better place to enter when the market's down rather than when it's already moving higher? There's many ways to trade this this system. You can use it, you can trade it using futures. It's pretty much based on anything that derives from the S&P 500. So it could be the S&P 500, a future here, an S&P 500 future. It could be SPX options, SPY options, a micro future, anything that is either heavily correlated with the S&P 500, preferably an index, or the S&P 500 itself. And what the buy signal is good for, and what the back-tested data that we have are good for, is the following. Once we get a buy signal, we are expecting to get 100 points out of the S&P 500 within 21 days. And that's what the backtester shows us by default. We can change the backtester if we want to, but by default, that's what we run it with. And those 21 days are there if you, for example, are using, I don't know, a future contract or options, and you don't, the trade hasn't worked out within 21 days, just bail out, pretty much. That's kind of what the rules of the system here. But you don't have to go by those rules. You don't have to get out after 21 days. As a matter of fact, when you run the backtester and you remove those 21 days as a sort of like as an artificial stop for the trade, the results become 100%.